Is the era of traditional FPS games over? Enter XDefiant, Ubisoft's bold response to Call of Duty, shaking up the gaming world with its fast-paced arena action. But this isn't just another shooter. It's a nostalgic return to the golden age of 2015, blending the best of the past to bring us no-nonsense gunfights. Forget the complexity of modern shooters, XDefiant brings back the raw, satisfying gunplay that made you fall in love with the genre. So XDefiant might be rewriting the rules, but is it actually innovative? Let's find out. 2015 was a standout year for FPS games, marked by the release of Black Ops 3, which introduced specialists, abilities, and ultimates. While XDefiant doesn't feature the thruster packs of that era, it does bring back the concept of specialists through its factions. Each faction in XDefiant comes equipped with a passive, active, and ultimate ability, adding a layer of strategy to the gameplay. Although it's still early days, these abilities don't seem to overpower the core experience. Instead, most battles come down to raw gun skill, accuracy, reflexes, and having the right weapon for the situation. Also, what makes the factions stand out is that XDefiant is produced by Ubisoft and has access to all of Ubisoft's XP when it comes to those factions. The developers plan on releasing new factions with each season. We already see factions from titles like Far Cry, Splinter Cell, The Division, but in the future, we could even see factions from Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and more. And I think that's pretty darn cool. But it's the gunfights. This is where XDefiant truly shines. One of the most satisfying aspects of XDefiant is the no-nonsense gunfights. Unlike some recent FPS games where player health is too low compared to the damage per shot, leading to frustrating deaths from being shot in the back, XDefiant strikes a perfect balance. Its time to kill is finely tuned to ensure that if your reflexes are sharp, you stand a chance in almost any encounter. This balance creates a fair and enjoyable experience, reminiscent of older Call of Duty titles, but with a modern twist. A significant departure from traditional Call of Duty gameplay is the complete omission of killstreaks in XDefiant. While it can be exhilarating to control an AC-130 or don a juggernaut suit in Call of Duty, these experiences are often frustrating for those on the receiving end. And I can attest to that. How annoying is it to spawn and get pelted by death from above just to respawn and get pelted by death from above again? Super annoying, but I'm sure it's fun for the other guy. Even basic kill streaks like UAVs can detract from the fun, forcing players into a constant cycle of counter perks. By foregoing kill streaks, XDefiant fosters a healthier and more balanced metagame, allowing players to focus on their skills and strategy without the interference of power streak rewards. And right now in social media, there is an ongoing debate on this topic. All of the Call of Duty fans are asking and requesting for kill streaks, while the more gunplay focused or forward-thinking players are saying, hey, this isn't Call of Duty, let's not make it into Call of Duty. Let's see if XDefiant will hold their ground on this. Another hot topic of debate on social media right now is the absence of a battle royale game mode in XDefiant. Many Call of Duty fans argue that without this popular game mode, the game won't survive in the competitive FPS landscape. However, the developers of XDefiant made a conscious decision to leave out Battle Royale, and there are some compelling reasons behind this choice. First and foremost, Ubisoft wanted to create a game that stands out by returning to the roots of classic FPS gameplay. The focus on pure, satisfying gunfights, strategic abilities, and faction-based play is a deliberate nod to the golden era of arena shooters. The inclusion of a Battle Royale mode could potentially dilute this focus, shifting the game's identity away from what makes it unique. The developers are also keenly aware of the saturated market for Battle Royale games. Titles like Fortnite, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty Warzone dominate this space, each bringing their own flavor and massive player bases. Rather than entering an already crowded field, XDefiant aims to carve out its own niche by offering something different. This strategic decision allows the game to appeal to players looking for an alternative to the current Battle Royale craze. Furthermore, the absence of Battle Royale mode aligns with XDefiant's emphasis on fast-paced, no-nonsense gameplay. Arena shooters are known for their quick matches and intense, skill-defined encounters. In contrast, Battle Royale games often involve longer matches with periods of downtime, which could clash with the high-energy, rapid-fire nature that XDefiant is designed to deliver. That said, the developers are definitely not deaf to the community's desires. They have been actively engaging with player feedback and discussions on social media. While they stand by their initial vision, they are also open to evolving the game based on what the community wants. The question is, if there's enough demand, is it possible that a Battle Royale mode could be introduced in the future? Well, time will tell. Let's see if the devs will hold their ground. But in the end, the choice to forgo a Battle Royale mode is a bold move that underscores Ubisoft's commitment to delivering a distinctive FPS experience. It's a gamble, for sure, but one that could pay off by attracting players who crave the nostalgia and excitement of classic arena shooters. Whether XDefiant can thrive without a Battle Royale mode remains to be seen, but for now, it's making a strong case for why less can sometimes be more in the world of competitive shooters. So why did XDefiant take this back to basics route? It likely comes down to the influence of key figures in its development team. Mark Rubin, the executive producer of XDefiant, previously held the same role at Infinity Ward from 2005 to 2015. During his tenure, he worked on some of the most iconic Call of Duty games, including Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. These titles are often referenced for their simplicity and balance, traits that XDefiant aims to emulate. Additionally, Patrick Aches Price, a former professional Call of Duty player, is part of the development team. With 2 world championships under his belt, Price brings a deep understanding of competitive FPS gameplay. His influence is evident in how XDefiant mirrors the competitive rule sets of Call of Duty's golden era, striving to offer a similarly engaging and balanced experience for both casuals and competitive players. One of the standout features of XDefiant's development process is how well the developers are communicating with the player base. Ubisoft has taken a proactive approach, which I might add is largely out of character for Ubisoft. They're utilizing advanced software to scour social media feeds, forums, and other online communities to pick up on what people are saying about XDefiant. This real-time feedback loop allows the developers to stay in tune with the player community's needs and concerns, making XDefiant a game that truly evolves based on player input. Ubisoft's team isn't just passively collecting feedback, they're actively engaging with it. By monitoring social media platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and other gaming forums, the developers are able to identify recurring themes, issues, and suggestions from players. This data-driven approach ensures that the team is aware of the most pressing topics and can prioritize them accordingly. For instance, if a particular weapon is deemed overpowered or a map has a glaring flaw, the team can quickly spot those discussions and address them in future updates. This method of feedback collection isn't just about fixing problems, it's also about enhancing what players love. When fans praise certain aspects of the game, the developers will pick up on that and can focus on expanding and improving those areas, ensuring that XDefiant continues to deliver what the community wants. This is a well-known practice in product development, and something I truly look forward to. The communication doesn't stop at listening. Ubisoft's developers are also transparent about their plans and updates. Regular posts from developers keep the community informed about upcoming changes, bug fixes, and new features. This transparency builds trust and shows that the developers are genuinely committed to making XDefiant the best it can be. One of the most contentious issues in modern FPS games is skill-based matchmaking. Highly skilled players often lament SBMM because it pits them against equally skilled opponents in unranked matches, making it harder to enjoy casual play sessions. XDefiant has taken a bold step by eliminating SBMM beyond rank 25, a move that has received mixed reactions. On one hand, skilled players appreciate the opportunity to face a broader range of opponents, which can make for more varied and enjoyable matches. On the other hand, casual players may find themselves struggling against significantly better opponents, potentially leading to frustration and decreased player retention. The success of this approach will depend on Ubisoft's ability to balance the needs of both casual and competitive players, ensuring that everyone can enjoy the game without feeling overwhelmed or unchallenged. XDefiant's focus on fair, skill-based gameplay positions it as an ideal candidate for competitive gaming. The absence of overpowered kill streaks and the reliance on pure gunplay make it a promising platform for esports. Ubisoft seems keen to channel the competitive spirit of classic Call of Duty titles, aimed to build a robust competitive scene around XDefiant. By appealing to both old-school FPS fans and modern gamers, XDefiant has the potential to carve out a unique niche in the crowded FPS market. Looking ahead, XDefiant faces the challenge of maintaining a balanced and engaging experience for all players. The removal of SBMM in higher ranks is a bold experiment that will require careful monitoring and adjustments based on player feedback. If Ubisoft can strike the right balance, XDefiant could become a staple in the FPS genre, offering a refreshing alternative to current market leaders. A common piece of early feedback from Call of Duty players who have dipped their toes in XDefiant is that while it's a great shooter, it lacks innovation. However, this critique might be missing the point. The innovation in XDefiant lies in its return to the fundamentals of FPS design, which could inspire other developers to rethink their approach to the genre. In an era where many games are becoming increasingly complex, loaded with various mechanics, and often overwhelming for new players, XDefiant offers a refreshing simplicity. The game's emphasis on straightforward gunplay and strategic abilities strips away the excess and focus on what makes FPS games inherently fun: skill, strategy, and fast-paced action. This back-to-basics approach is in itself a form of innovation, standing out in a market saturated with overcomplicated shooters. XDefiant's design philosophy harks back to the golden age of arena shooters, where the thrill came from raw, unadulterated gameplay rather than elaborate mechanics or convoluted systems. This simplicity doesn't mean the game lacks depth. On the contrary, it allows players to dive deep into mastering the reflexes, accuracy, and strategic use of abilities. It's about honing the core elements that make an FPS game engaging and rewarding. XDefiant's potential to inspire other developers comes from this very commitment to simplicity and core gameplay mechanics. In the rush to add more features and modes, many games lose sight of what makes them enjoyable. XDefiant's success could serve as a wake-up call to the industry, reminding developers that innovation doesn't always mean adding more. It can also mean refining and perfecting the essentials. Let's go to the polls and see what the community has to say about XDefiant. So Assassin's Entertainment on Twitter says, it's surprisingly good. It's definitely not a COD killer, but with the right direction on leadership, I can definitely see it being a COD competitor. Praying for it. I think we all are. I think we all would like to see this game actually succeed, even those sweaty COD players who talk trash about it. It's hard to leave a game where you're so heavily invested, but for the most part, people are looking to diversify their gameplay if they can, if something can deliver. But XDefiant does have, well, great leadership as far as we know, but how will that leadership perform under Ubisoft? I think that's the question. Will Ubisoft's company culture change how these developers deliver in the future? I don't know. Time will tell. And Adam at Twitter says, the question is, how long will it last? It will eventually go down, but how low? Can they gain a strong core fan base to keep it going? That's a really valid question. So XDefiant put up some really big numbers in the first several days and week, and that should be enough to get a lot of people's attention. But this is a free-to-play game, so I would expect that the numbers are going to be big up front. And I don't think everybody's going to stick around. No, I think some people are going to try it and feel like it's not for them. Some people are so ingrained in Call of Duty, they might feel like they can't leave it because of all those cosmetics they've bought. I get that. And some players might actually be exposed when they go into XDefiant because XDefiant is based off the old school arena shooters. It's more raw gameplay. And for the most part, there's less cheesy mechanics. Some may like that, some may not. But only time will tell, really, because I think a lot of people are going to love this game because it's refreshing to go back to the basics. Me, one of them. But like me, I also love Call of Duty, so I don't think this is going to shut down Call of Duty. I think we'll see a lot of people playing both. But when it comes to a core fan base, well, they're building up a first. This is a first ever for Ubisoft. And they've really dug in here and are putting a lot of their chips in this basket. But I can say from the marketing side and from the developer support side, they're doing a pretty darn good job. I mean, there's a lot of content going out on XDefiant, from tips and social media content and promotions and free XP weekends and patches and dev communication. So that's all a good sign that they're investing in the fan base. But let's see. What do you guys think? Tega Games says it's fun, but the hit detection is bad. Sometimes it takes a clip with an AK, other times half a clip. Sometimes it takes 2 body shots with a sniper, other times it takes 1 body shot. And it's awful when you shoot someone in the back and they turn around and one-shot you with 1 HP left. Yeah, totally. I think we've all experienced that at one point or another. I mean, for the snipers, that's a little bit of a gray area because the hitbox on different body parts are going to give you different results. And maybe he does, maybe he doesn't realize that. But either way, the hit detection is an issue. Personally, I wouldn't call it bad, but that's just my experience. Maybe Tega Games is getting more of the downside than I am. It's definitely an issue and it should be a priority, and the devs have vocalized that this is on top of their list for getting straightened out. But we definitely want to keep our eye on the immediate next patches, on what they are and how soon they're delivered, because the reality is that we had these problems in the last beta right before they launched. And we had these problems in the beta before that, which was what, 6 months spread there? This should have been fixed before we got to that last beta. And I think if the devs had it their way, they wouldn't have launched with this bug. But I bet you they got some corporate pushback since they had that annual shareholder report. Either way, I don't really know. But it's really not that bad, but it shouldn't be there, and they're on it. So as long as they're communicating, I'm happy. But let's see what happens over the next several patches. And the man that goes by Yes says, it's a fun game. First shooter that can give me that real COD feel without being a COD game. Perfect, because that's exactly what they were going for, right? The devs came from COD, and they were set up to deliver that FPS experience from the golden era of 2015, which I think they did do really well. But the question I have for Yes is, do you think they should offer a battle royale? Dockward says, thank you for making a game without SBMM in it. I can actually hop on a game and play without competing for the world championship, and it's so refreshing. And that's a big deal, because when you get good at a game, you want to feel that you're being rewarded for that by basically kicking ass in a lobby. And not all lobbies are going to deliver that, but if you are in the top 1%, you would expect to see that representation in your lobby. And so if you are always playing against the top 1%, it's like, geez, casual gaming is out the window for me. So I totally get what Dockward is saying. But the question I have for Dockward is, should they give the skill-based matchmaking option to the player, something they can toggle on and off? But before you answer, remember, that is one of the differentiators of this game. So, XDefiant is a free-to-play game available on new-gen Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. It's both cross-play and cross-progression enabled. Pretty cool, right? But before you dive in, let's talk about what that really means. First off, the fact that XDefiant is free to play is a huge plus. You don't have to shell out any money up front, so you can try the game risk-free. The cosmetic microtransactions are another positive aspect. These purchases let you customize your character's look, but they don't affect gameplay. The no pay-to-win promise is crucial. In some games, players who spend money get powerful items that give them unfair advantage. But in XDefiant, everyone is on an even playing field, which makes the game more fair and fun for everyone. This means you can buy cool skins and outfits if you want to, but you won't have any advantage over other players just because you spent money. It's all about looking stylish on the battlefield. However, just because a game is free doesn't mean it's actually worth your time. There's yet lots to be revealed. We are only in the preseason, so how will actual season delivery do when it comes to refreshing the community's energy? If the seasons don't bring enough to the table, the player base will just, well, get bored. So we're expecting there will be new weapons, factions, maps, and cosmetics. And the devs did say they are also working on new game modes too. Can't wait to see what they bring here. So what's the verdict on XDefiant? It's not just another FPS game, it's a nostalgic blast from the past with a modern twist. Ditching kill streaks and focusing on pure gunfights, XDefiant is all about skill and strategy, making it a breath of fresh air in the genre. With a dev team that gets both casual and competitive players, it's set to make waves. Thank you for hanging out with me today. My name is Tuxedo Bandido, and this was another episode of XDefiant. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on the fantastic experiences waiting for you in XDefiant. And if you like content like this, check out the recommended video I have for you next. If you have anything you want to see covered, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make everything possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Follow me.
I get it.